At this point, I do not believe what the SEC is saying. Just now they made a turnaround. It has been 7 years since they made certain statements, but they are now rethinking those statements. During the past 7 years, they must have filed lawsuits against a significant number of Bitcoin businesses and projects, right? One of the most significant cases that has been going on for a very long time is the Ripple cryptocurrency case. They have now expressed regret for what they believe they knew following the filing of lawsuits against Ripple and a number of other Bitcoin companies. Within the realm of cryptocurrencies, there is currently an insufficient amount of guidelines and rules. There are not a lot of laws and regulations already in place. However, the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has been criticizing a large number of cryptocurrency projects, claiming that they do not adhere to the standards. To put that into perspective, I believe that this will shift within the next few months. A piece of legislation known as the Clarity for Payment Stablecoin Act of 2023 is currently being considered for possible passage. It is important that you pay attention to that particular aspect. In addition, I believe that we will make a significant impact on the world of Bitcoin. In the event that you are pleased with what you are currently viewing, kindly click the like button and subscribe to receive additional films. All right, let's get down to business. Consider the current value of Bitcoin, which is $59,640. Let's take a look at this currency. Therefore, we are closing in on the $60,000 mark. Please note that a link to Week's Exchange has been added below the video. They do not have a Know Your Customer KYC system on the website, and if you are interested, they feature a number of alternative cryptocurrency jewels. Therefore, I strongly recommend that you participate in a modest trade such as this one, because Coinbase does not display a significant number of these lesser-known cryptocurrencies. The majority of the victories will be achieved in these particular locations. At the moment, they do provide a bonus in which it is possible to win a futures prize worth $100 if you sign up. As luck would have it, there will be 5 winners. Simply click on the link that is located below the video in order to sign up and pay the $100 fee. Following that, you will need to either acquire or sell futures contracts for $200. So this ought to be a simple task, right? It is possible to put in $100 and there is a possibility that you will win an additional $100. In other words, you would receive a complete refund of your money. Let us now read what the Securities and Exchange Commission has to say. Currently, he serves as the head of law at Ripple. Claims that the investigation is now complete. Nevertheless, as I mentioned earlier, the notion of fair notice is still applicable for some individuals. They have threatened legal action against a number of companies that deal in Bitcoin. As a warning to the sector, the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) cites the Dow study from 2017 as evidence that crypto asset securities are still subject to the rules governing securities in the United States. A federal judge is informed by the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) that they are sorry for the confusion that they have caused by using a term that is not particularly gay. Therefore, the Securities and Exchange Commission was informed about it in the Dow report from 2017. That the entire company was aware that the laws governing securities in the United States had to be followed by crypto asset securities. Ripple has been filing a lawsuit against the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) about this matter since the year 2020, which is equivalent to 4 years ago. It would appear that the SEC has reconsidered its position, right? Over the course of 7 years, they have been saying something that is now being contradicted. It is important for the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) to clarify this new information on the Binance issue. Whenever the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) refers to crypto asset securities, it is not referring to the cryptocurrency asset itself as a security. The Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has maintained, ever since the first crypto asset case, which was the Howey case, that the phrase is nothing more than a shortened way of referring to securities. As a result, they are now stating that the PAC does not use the abbreviated phrase anymore in order to avoid any confusion, and the SEC is sorry for any confusion that it may have caused in relation to this situation. Yes, they are expressing the complete opposite of what they have been expressing up to this point. Do I have it correct that they are getting rid of the stocks that are backed by crypto assets? It has been said that a great number of ventures are in the form of crypto asset stocks. These individuals are now expressing their regret for the misunderstanding that they caused. This is really outrageous. Although Ripple has been the target of legal action for the past 4 years, the only thing they have done is state in a report published by Binance that they no longer believe that the phrase crypto asset securities is appropriate. To illustrate my point, take a look at all of the cases that have been filed in the cryptocurrency industry. These are all there at this moment. Each and every one of them applies the term crypto asset security. Specifically, I am referring to the fact that each of these initiatives is being sued about some form of crypto asset security. According to what they are stating now, it is possible that they are not utilizing the appropriate term in the cryptocurrency arena. This is without a doubt a really intriguing trend that has emerged. I believe that they are beginning to modify their thoughts since they have a better understanding of cryptocurrencies now that there is not a lot of information about them. Is that correct? To say that people are obeying the regulations or anything else is an understatement. Everyone involved in these projects is being sued. The Clarity for Crypto Payment Stablecoin Act is something that I believe will be passed by the time the year comes to a close, and in a moment I will comment further on that topic here. I would like to have a look at this right now, the Ripple Handbook. Alright, IDs for the bank have already been provided to us with. The distribution of these occurred approximately 2 or 3 weeks ago. When it comes to banks in China, Hong Kong, and the Philippines, we have these available. Also, if we take a look at some of these banks, we will notice that they are quite large. You will be able to visit some of the largest banks in the world around here. Building Bank of China, CB Bank. This is where you will find Fubon Bank. On this page, you will also find links to various financial institutions. You are aware that we are not merely focusing on Chinese financial institutions. If we take a look at the Philippines, we can be sure that JP Morgan is included on this list. The HSBC Savings Bank is a member of our group. There is JP Morgan present. As a result, a number of the most prominent financial institutions in this country are getting involved. In light of this, I have no doubt that we will hear about some form of application in the near future. One of the reasons for this is that Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin is on the verge of being released. According to Brad Garlinghouse, this is going to take place in a relatively short amount of time. This will most certainly be released within the next several weeks, not months. It was a few days ago when he made the statement. So I believe that this will arrive here perhaps around the first week of October. Is that correct? There has been discussion over the possibility that this measure for the Stablecoin Act will be approved before to the political elections. Lastly, the Clear Payment Stablecoins Act of 2023 is the legislation in question. My guess is that Ripple is waiting for this measure to be passed in order to move forward. Following this, they will initiate the launch of their RLUSD stablecoin. In addition, I believe that this will attract a great deal of attention to the cryptocurrency space. This is because cryptocurrency may be utilized for a great deal of functions that are helpful in the payment sector. Additionally, Grayscale has only recently begun their XRP trust, which was only yesterday. The first thing that needs to be done for an exchange-traded fund ETF is this. Given the circumstances, it seems obvious that an exchange-traded fund ETF will be established for XRP. This is something that Brad Garlinghouse has stated in the past. The event is not going to take place today. In spite of the fact that it could take up to 6 months, I am confident that this will take place in this environment. Consequently, I am of the opinion that each of these represents a significant advancement in the realm of cryptocurrencies. With regard to cryptocurrencies, I believe that each and every one of these items will be quite beneficial. Additionally, JP Morgan discusses the stablecoin plan that appears to have the potential to become law prior to the election in this video. Anyway, that is likely to take place in the near future, right? About 2 months from now, I would guess we will arrive there. It is my belief that everything is connected. Indeed, Ripple has their secure cryptocurrency. They have been experimenting with this. It is not yet time for them to depart. It's possible that this law will be approved before the year is over. We have. There is a possibility that the stablecoin bill will be passed before the election, according to JP Morgan, which is collaborating with Ripple to incorporate the cryptocurrency into some of their banks. Although I believe that JP Morgan will adopt Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin, Ripple is now waiting for this HR 476 bill to be passed in order to ensure that the Payment Stablecoins Act of 2023 may be understood and adhered to in a more straightforward manner for the realm of digital money and tokens. Because of this, it is also something that you ought to think about paying attention to. First, let's take a look at the current price of gold. A new all-time high of $2,580 is being attempted to be reached by gold at this very moment. Beginning in the beginning of this year, it surpassed a value of approximately $2,100. It also likes to follow gold. It is now some time that separates the two of them. Nevertheless, given that the price of gold continues to rise, I believe that the price of Bitcoin will also rise over the course of the next few months. I believe that the fourth quarter will be quite successful for a wide variety of alternative Bitcoins.